Low lunge and half split. So a lot of people use different terminology for runner's lunge versus low lunge versus crescent lunge. This is how I'm using it, and you can see when you take classes what the teacher means when they say low lunge. So when we are coming into our lunge, we are in crescent lunge. You can step it forward from down dog, you can step it back from your mountain pose. When I have my back knee off the ground, my hands down, this is what I call runner's lunge. Sometimes people call this something different. And I'm just working to get a long line from my back heel to the crown of my head. Nice strong pose here, pressing through the back of the thigh. My right knee is stacked above the ankle or slightly behind. We're protecting these joints in the ankle and knee for longevity here. And then from here, if I want to come into crescent, I come up with the upper body. But if I want to take it to low lunge, I'm letting my back knee drop. A lot of times people need some extra padding under this knee because it's at a weird angle on the knee, and for some people it can be very painful. So take a moment to put a blanket or a pad under that knee. I'm still keeping my right knee stacked above my right ankle or slightly behind. And you can see my back leg is at an angle. So a lot of times we'll see people come up to it like this. And it might be that you're just really tight on this thigh, but we're trying to get some big opening here that connects to the lower back as well. This is our psoas, and this is really part of the big benefit of this stretch. So I'm coming here, I've got this alignment here, I've got an angle here, and then I'm trying to get my pelvis back to neutral. So I'm letting that tailbone drop down. You can see it's lifting me up slightly to get my pelvis back to neutral, and then I'm letting myself come forward, trying to keep the pelvis there. That's giving me a bigger opening on this thigh. Now, depending on what your goals are, maybe you're right here with your hands down on the blocks or on the knee, or you can add those arms, taking it into that full expression of our low lunge. This one pairs beautifully with half split because my legs aren't moving. For half split, I start to lengthen through the right leg, pulling that hip back. And I want to have my left hip stacked over the left knee. So when you see people sitting back here, that's okay. It's still giving me a hamstring stretch, but that's not the pose. We want to have our left hip stacked over the left knee. Our hips nice and neutral, facing forward. Pulling back on this right hip to keep that hip back. And making sure I don't lock out the knee. Biggest issue we see is people locking out that knee. We want the stretch on the belly of our hamstring. We don't want to feel the stretch underneath the kneecap. So that knee is soft. With my toes, I'm drawing them towards my shin. I'm even pressing into the big toe edge of my foot to get a good stretch under that hamstring. My upper body stays in mountain pose as I hinge at the waist. This feels so nice. And I start to walk my way forward. I love using blocks on this. No need to try to get the head anywhere towards the ground. I want to make sure that right hip's not hiking up. I'm keeping it neutral, drawing it back. That lower back should be nice and flat. You can stay here, flex and press through the ball of the big toe. You can let your upper body roll. Also, if you want to work your shins or your foot, you can point this foot and get a nice stretch on the front of this leg. So let's take it here and just take a few deep breaths in our half split. As I'm sweating here on this beautiful summer day. The reason we call it half split is because from here you can slide that foot forward and come into the full split, which is just very difficult to get out of without support, but you can always stack blocks under that front leg. And if you're nice and loose, sometimes it's nice to play with these full splits that I don't think we do enough of. I didn't mean to to cover that in this one because this is usually a nice warm-up stretch. But there you go, a little bonus. And again, that full split's hard to get out of. If I just have my normal half split here, then I can just come up, start to bend back into that knee, and make my way out in whatever way works best for me. All right, that's our low lunge, our runner's lunge, our half split, and our full split. All right.